former Bachelorette star Rachel Lindsay will be blogging exclusively with Us Weekly each week about her opinion on Becca Kufrin's journey to find love on The Bachelorette. Check back every Tuesday for her recap. Well, it's one of my favorite Bachelorette weeks, the Fantasy Suites. It is my favorite because as a lead, it is the only week that gives you a glimpse of reality as you get to meet your guy for the first time off camera. This occurs only, however, if you get the key and you get to go behind, as my parents love to call it, the closed door. I truly hope Becca took my advice and made a list of all the questions she has that will help her determine whom she can spend the rest of her life with. That list works miracles, believe me. Blake takes all. This week, the gang is in Thailand. Becca takes Blake on the first date and it is very obvious that they have missed each other. Just to put things into perspective, it probably has been about 10 days since they have seen one another. In bachelor years that feels like 10 months. But as quickly as they greet each other, Blake learns that they cannot touch or kiss each other on this date. Now, I am not sure Brian and I would be where we were right now if we could not touch, kiss each other on our dates lol. But Becca has a really interesting perspective as she states that this is an added element to their date and allows them to live in the moment. I like that and I loved the cultural, spiritual element of their date. During the nighttime portion of the date, Blake opens up about the insecurities he is having at this phase in the journey. Now some of you might see this as Blake is spiraling out of control. I mean, let's be honest here. What do you think the normal reaction should when you love someone and know that they are going to spend the night, not just date, but spend the night with multiple men all in the same week? It is clear that Blake is truly in love with Becca and she is smitten with him. It is clear he does not want to lose her. So it is also clear that he is insecure about the fact that there are two other men in her life. This is a very real moment for me. I appreciated that he was vulnerable enough to express that to her rather than hiding behind a smile. Blake again had the line of the night. I look for reasons to stay and not reasons to leave. I stood up and clapped. I threw one of my own damn keys at the television. Becca gives Blake a key, but not the one that opens the closed door. Do you ever notice that you never see them put the key in the door? It is because it doesn't fit in the closed door. After watching this date, I really hope Becca picks Blake because it is going to be really hard for the other guy to get past how deep and expressive her feelings are for Blake. Jason for Bachelor. Jason and Becca have a date next and immediately I see the problem. Jason is doing all the talking about Becca but Becca is not reciprocating it. All I keep thinking about are Jason's mom's concerns. Remember you guys, she did say that she could not read if Becca was falling for him. I think we are all reading that now as this date is going by. Comparing this date to Blake's is like comparing date to nightmare. Poor Jason. Becca just keeps walking away from him and at this point, he has to know what is up. I mean, how were you blindsided? Copper saw it coming. I don't have much to say about this date other than I feel sorry for Jason. It took him a while to open up and when he does, she closes up. Do you want to know what I really think? I think she definitely wanted to send him home because she knew there was not a future with him. She said she could possibly see a future with him but not like she could with the other guys. But during the day, she said that she could not picture a future with him. When he tries to make his case as to why he should stay, she still sends him home without a chance. I think she was trying to let him down easy because at this point in the journey, it is very hard to send someone home. If she even thought there was a chance, she would have given him the Fantasy Suite key. The Fantasy Suite allows you to address all of your concerns off camera. It allows the other person to let go of any inhibitions that might be holding them back. Basically, the fantasy allows you to tie up loose ends so you can confidently seal the deal. She didn't give Jason that chance and therefore, I think this was her way to let him down easy. I can appreciate and respect that. Kudos for Jason for trying so hard. She kept shutting that door and he kept sticking his foot in it. He left rooting for her happiness and I must say he is a class act. As I watched him walk away and I thought to myself, Jason for Bachelor, something missing. Garrett, his new haircut and smile come running up to greet Becca for the final date. Honestly, Jason is still on my mind so he has to be on Becca's too. They have a fun date floating the river and I feel like Becca needed this after the drama from the night before with Jason. Garrett and Becca talk about his fears about another engagement not working out. I like that Becca addressed that she did not want to fit into someone's lifestyle but that they compromise and build something together as a couple. Garrett is of this same mindset. which is great for them. He tells Becca he loves her, and I have to say I did not feel it. I heard the man, but I did not feel him. It did not come out as smoothly or as sincerely as Jason and Blake's "I love you" did. Garrett also just doesn't seem like a smoother operator, so there's that. Becca gives him a key and they enjoy a night in a beautiful treehouse. I absolutely love this fantasy suite. It was extremely romantic. As romantic as this setting was, I feel like there is something we are missing from Garrett. Becca confirmed that when she said he told her all the reasons that he loved her that night. See, we missed that part. Alls I know is that if Garrett is a puzzled, they aren't give us all the pieces to see the complete picture yet. I know there is more to Garrett. The previews and his tears gave us a sneak peek into that. Jason, Part 2. So Jason comes back and I am embarrassed for the man. When he left, I thought he was a class act. I thought he expressed everything and wished he well. This isn't a business deal that you are trying to close. This is a relationship. You know the phrase, "It takes two." Jason did not get the memo. Although he did not say it, I feel like he was waiting for her to change her mind. Hence, the awkward pauses. But Jason, why would you want to be with someone who has turned you down multiple times? I understand he wants answers, but that is what men tell all is for. This is where he has let his male pride get the best of him. I just have one question after this episode. Where is the Red Book? The Bachelorette airs on ABC Mondays at 8 p.m. ET.